Thank you for coming to the High School Student Summit on World Tsunami Awareness Day 2022 in Niigata.
世界津波の日2022高校生サミット in 新潟へお越しいただきありがとうございます。
The general meeting is scheduled to start at 10 a.m. Please wait for a while in your seat.
この後10時より総会を開式いたします。お時間までお席にてお待ちください。
Before the ceremony, there are a few things I would like you to observe. First of all, please keep in mind that no smoking is allowed in this hall.
会場の皆様にご案内申し上げます。会場内は禁煙となっております。
Also, please wear a mask in the hall.
会場内ではマスクの着用をお願いいたします。Please turn off your mobile phone, smartphone, and other electronic devices or set them on silent mode and refrain from talking on the phone in your seat.
また、携帯電話、スマートフォン、その他の電子機器類の電源はお切りいただくか、マナーモードに設定していただきますようご協力をお願いいたします。
We will be filming and taking photographs of today's sessions for official use. Please keep in mind that you may appear in the videos and photographs.
本日は公式の撮影・収録がございます。カメラに映り込む場合がありますので、あらかじめご了承ください。
We kindly ask the audience to refrain from taking any photographs, videos, or making any recordings.
また、一般の方の会場内での写真・動画の撮影・録音はご遠慮くださいますようお願いいたします。
Soon, the general meeting is scheduled to start.
まもなく世界津波の日2022高校生サミット in 新潟総会を開式いたします。
Please wait for a minute.
お時間まで今しばらくお席にてお待ちください。Thank you for coming to the High School Student Summit on World Tsunami Awareness Day 2022 in Niigata.
世界津波の日2022高校生サミット in 新潟へお越しいただきありがとうございます。
The general meeting is scheduled to start at 10 a.m. Please wait for a minute in your seat.
この後10時より総会を開式いたします。お時間までお席にてお待ちください。
Before the ceremony, there are a few things I'd like you to observe. First of all, please keep in mind that no smoking is allowed in this hall.
会場の皆様にご案内申し上げます。会場内は禁煙となっております。
Also, please wear a mask in the hall.
会場内ではマスクの着用をお願いいたします。Please turn off your mobile phone, smartphone, and other electronic devices, or set them on silent mode, and refrain from talking on the phone in your seat.
また、携帯電話、スマートフォン、その他の電子機器類の電源はお切りいただくか、マナーモードに設定していただきますようご協力をお願いいたします。
We will be filming and taking photographs of today's sessions for official use. Please keep in mind that you may appear in the videos and photographs.
本日は公式の撮影・収録がございます。カメラに映り込む場合がありますので、あらかじめご了承ください。
We kindly ask the audience to refrain from taking any photographs, videos, or making any recordings.
また、一般の方の会場内での写真・撮影の写真・動画の撮影・録音はご遠慮くださいますようお願いいたします。
Soon, the general meeting is scheduled to start.
まもなく世界津波の日2022高校生サミット in 新潟総会を開式いたします。
Please wait for a minute.
お時間まで今しばらくお席にてお待ちください。Thank you for coming to the High School Student Summit on World Tsunami Awareness Day 2022 in Niigata.
世界津波の日2022高校生サミット in 新潟へお越しいただきありがとうございます。
The general meeting is scheduled to start at 10 a.m. Please wait for a while in your seat.
この後10時より総会を開式いたします。お時間までお席にてお待ちください。
Before the ceremony, there are a few things I would like you to observe. First of all, please keep in mind that no smoking is allowed in this hall.
会場の皆様にご案内申し上げます。会場内は禁煙となっております。
Also, please wear a mask in the hall.
会場内ではマスクの着用をお願いいたします。 Please turn off your mobile phone, smartphone, and other electronic devices or set them on silent mode and refrain from talking on the phone in your seat.
また、携帯電話、スマートフォン、その他の電子機器類の電源はお切りいただくか、マナーモードに設定していただきますようご協力をお願いいたします。
We will be filming and taking photographs of today's sessions for official use. Please keep in mind that you may appear in the videos and photographs.
本日は公式の撮影・収録がございます。カメラに映り込む場合がありますので、あらかじめご了承ください。
We kindly ask the audience to refrain from taking any photographs, videos, or making any recordings.
また、一般の方の会場内での写真・動画の撮影・録音はご遠慮くださいますようお願いいたします。
Soon, the general meeting is scheduled to start.
まもなく世界津波の日2022高校生サミット in 新潟総会を開式いたします。
Please wait for a minute.
お時間まで今しばらくお席にてお待ちください。 Thank you for coming to the High School Student Summit on World Tsunami Awareness Day 2022 in Niigata.
世界津波の日2022高校生サミット in 新潟へお越しいただきありがとうございます。
I am Akagawa Hinako of Koshi Secondary School. I am pleased to serve as one of the MCs today.
My name is Kobayashi Haruto from Niigata Minami High School. I also have the honor to serve as an MC.
The general meeting is scheduled to start at 10 a.m. Please wait for a minute.
この後10時より総会を開始いたします。お時間までお席にてお待ちください。
Before the ceremony, there are a few things I'd like you to observe. First of all, please keep in mind that no smoking is allowed in this hall.
会場の皆様にご案内申し上げます。会場内は禁煙となっております。
Also, please turn off your mobile phone, smartphone, and other electronic devices, or set them on silent mode and refrain from talking on the phone in your seat.
携帯電話、スマートフォン、その他の電子機器類の電源はお切りいただくか、マナーモードに設定していただきますようお願いします。
We will be filming and taking photographs of today's sessions for official use. Please keep in mind that you may appear in the videos or photographs.
本日は公式の撮影・収録がございます。カメラに映り込む場合がありますので、あらかじめご了承ください。We kindly ask the audience to refrain from taking any photographs, videos, or making any recordings.
また、一般の方の会場内での写真、動画の撮影、録音はご遠慮くださいますようお願いいたします。
Soon the general meeting is scheduled to start. Please wait for a minute.
まもなく世界津波の日2022高校生サミット in 新潟総会を開始いたします。お席にてお待ちください。 Now, the general meeting will start.
Now, Sano Tetsuro, the chairman of the Niigata Prefectural Education Board and one of the organizers of the summit, will say a few words.
Good morning. This is Tetsuro Sano, the Superintendent of the Board of Education. On closing this event, I would like to extend a few words as one of the organizer. This summit meeting was held in a hybrid format with high schoolers in Japan and exchange students in Japan gather at the venue here in Niigata and connect with students abroad by online, taking cautions of COVID-19. I would like to extend my greatest appreciations to those who came to the venue and those participating through online and teachers facilitating yesterday's workshop. I am so proud and pleased that this summit has been well performed from starting with a pre-event study until today. The summit was a very meaningful event where high school students from around the world who will lead next generation learn about the threat of earthquakes and tsunamis and discuss together how disaster prevention, disaster mitigation, and reconstruction should be carried out, thereby deepening mutual bonds among them. Niigata has been hit by disasters in the past. In 1964, the lower land suffered tsunami and liquefaction due to the Niigata earthquake. In 2004 and 2007, earthquake off the shore of Chuetsu caused mudslides and destroying housings, taking many precious lives. This year, August, a torrential rain hit the southern part of Niigata Prefecture, causing inundation, bringing large damage to housing, agricultural lands, and public transportation, which is probably fresh in your memories. We are not able to avoid natural disasters. However, it is our great duty to hand down the lessons learned to the next generation for each of the countries in order to make good use in disaster reduction and mitigation. The workshop was held yesterday under the theme of Understanding Disasters and Improving Survival Activities, Reducing Disaster Risks, Taking Steps Toward Building Back Better, with students dividing up in 3 groups. I hear that students were leading passionate discussions about the mitigations, reductions, and reconstruction. I sincerely hope that these students will deepen their friendship through this summit and, utilizing their bond forged, will become future leaders in the disaster reductions and mitigations and play an active role in their community and around the world. But it is not just only the DRR. I hope that they will become leaders in various fronts that they aspire. Lastly, I would like to close my words by once again extending my greatest gratitude for those who cooperated and coordinated to make this event happening for both in and out of the country. And with that, I wish for your good health and prosperity, and I would like to close my words. Thank you very much for this passionate 2 days.
Thank you, Mr. Sano. Next, Izaki Noriyuki, the chairman of the Niigata City Education Board and one of the organizers of this summit, will say a few words.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Izaki Noriyuki, Chairman of the Niigata City Education Board. I would like to give you a few words of greeting as one of the organizers of the High School Student Summit and World Tsunami Awareness Day 2022 in Niigata. I'm very pleased to hold such a great event of the High School Student Summit here in Niigata City, with a large participation of over 250 high school students online and in person from 26 countries, including Japan. In June 1964, Niigata City was hit by the Niigata earthquake, a major earthquake of magnitude 7.5, which resulted in an about 4-meter high tsunami. The city experienced a tsunami and liquefaction after the earthquake, resulting in the collapse of buildings, bridges and apartment buildings, a fire in an oil tank, and other damage. Memories and lessons from that time should not fade away, but should be utilized for disaster prevention. And the city holds a citywide earthquake response drill every June. At yesterday's workshops, participants shared memories and lessons learned from disasters in Niigata Prefecture, Japan, and abroad, including the Niigata earthquake, and engaged in lively discussions on disaster prevention, disaster mitigation, and post-disaster support and reconstruction, dividing the workshops into 3 themes. Later in the workshop reports and the declaration, the results of workshop discussions will be presented and disseminated to the world. Reducing vulnerability to disasters and mitigating damage is one of the most important tasks of the international community, and I believe that our message at this summit will serve as a message to the world. Through the High School Student Summit, I hope that you will further deepen mutual understanding and cooperation among countries around the world and become future leaders. I also hope that countries around the world, including Japan, will increase their understanding of and interest in the threat of tsunami and other natural disasters, and countermeasures against them, enhance disaster prevention education, and make further progress in efforts to protect lives from natural disasters. I'd like to conclude my address by expressing my sincere gratitude to all those involved in organizing the High School Student Summit on the World Tsunami Awareness Day 2022 in Niigata. Thank you very much for your participation for the 2 days.
Thank you, Mr. Izaki.
Next, we would like to share a video message from Mizutori Mami, Special Representative of the United Nations Secretary General for Disaster Risk Reduction, Head of the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction.
Dear Youth Ambassadors, distinguished participants, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to congratulate you on organizing this general meeting of the High School Students Summit with approximately 250 students from about 30 countries. After 2 years of interruption due to the COVID-19 pandemic, it is great to see the summit back in a hybrid form. Tsunamis are rare, but they can be the deadliest and costliest hazards when they do happen. On the 5th of November, we will observe the 7th anniversary of World Tsunami Awareness Day. This year, we are promoting the strengthening of early warning and early action for all, which is captured as Target G in the Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction. There is an urgent need to accelerate progress on this target. According to a report we released last week, only half of the countries of the world have early warning systems. This is why the UN Secretary General set a goal that every person on Earth be protected by early warning systems within 5 years. Responsibility for achieving this lies not only with governments, but all members of society, including youth. Children and youth are disproportionately impacted by disasters and should be given the space to contribute to disaster risk reduction. This is particularly relevant in the context of early warning systems. Children must be engaged and empowered to understand their risks and be prepared to take early action. Empowering children not only enables them to protect themselves, but they also become agents of change in their families and communities by sharing what they learned. A powerful example of this is the miracle of Kamaishi. When the Great East Japan earthquake and tsunami occurred in 2011, middle high school students led more than 360 elementary students to higher ground to escape the tsunami. This is not a miracle, but the outcome of preparedness and education. This is what makes awareness raising so important and why we are thankful to Japan for taking a leading role in the creation of World Tsunami Awareness Day. Based on its own history with this deadly threat, Japan has sought to help other countries avoid similar tragedies. One example is a program Japan has funded through the United Nations since 2017, which has trained more than 150,000 students and school staff in tsunami preparedness in 23 countries. I hope all the students participating today in person and online will take the time to learn and benefit from the good practices and lessons in Japan, including from the summit's host, Niigata Prefecture, which has had to deal with a variety of hazards, including tsunamis. The students at this summit are the future potential leaders in disaster risk reduction. Please take what you have learned at this event with you to your schools and communities. And please commit yourselves to raising awareness on disaster risks and to driving action to reduce those risks. This is your responsibility as youth champions for World Tsunami Awareness Day. Thank you very much.
That was a message from Mizutori Mami, Special Representative of the United Nations Secretary General for Disaster Risk Reduction, Head of the United Nations for Disaster Risk Reduction.
Next, we would like to share a video message from Prime Minister Kishida Fumio.
高校生の皆さん、こんにちは。内閣総理大臣の岸田文雄です。この度、世界の若者が参加し、世界津波の日2022高校生サミット in 新潟が盛大に開催されますこと、大変嬉しく思います。2011年、巨大津波が我が国沿岸を襲った東日本大震災では、約2万人もの尊い命が失われました。ここ新潟県でも1964年、2004年、2007年と度重なる地震により大きな被害を受けています。災害の経験から得られた教訓を今後の対策に生かしていくことは我々の使命であり、復興を力に経験と教訓を世界へをテーマにサミットが開催されることは大変意義深いと考えています。また地震や津波のみならず、近年我が国では大きな災害が相次いでおり、ここ新潟県でも今年8月、豪雨災害に見舞われたばかりです。このような災害に対し、国民の生命、財産、暮らしを守るため、防災・減災、国土強靭化の取り組みを加速化しているところです。世界津波の日は、一人のリーダーが自らの稲むらに火をつけて避難を呼びかけ、迫り来る大津波から多くの命を救った逸話に由来しています。8月の豪雨の際、新潟県村上市でも55年前の水害の経験をもとに、区長が高台に住民を避難させ、土石流から住民の命を守ったという話を伺いました。こうした精神が受け継がれ、サミットを通じて深められた知識や相互の絆を生かし、将来防災や国土強靭化のリーダーとして活躍されることを記念し、私からのご挨拶といたします。
That was a message from Prime Minister Kishida Fumio. And we have received a lot of official messages to commemorate this summit. We have these commemorative messages displayed near the exits at the back of the hall.
Now, could the chairpersons proceed with the meeting?
Good morning, everyone. My name is Otokawa Bunho. I am a student at Niigata High School, and I will co-chair this summit meeting.
My name is Sekiichi Haru. I am a student at Niigata Meikun Senior High School. I will also co-chair this summit.
It is a great honor that we will chair this summit together. We will do our best to make this summit meeting a success. We hope you all will enjoy the summit. Now, we would like to move on to reports from the workshops. As we hold the 5th High School Student Summit on World Tsunami Awareness Day here in Niigata, we have discussed 3 topics based on the overall theme: the powerful reconstruction, experience and lessons for the world disaster management, lessons from the snow countries Taskeai, the spirit of helping one another.
The first topic is about understanding disasters and improving your survival abilities. The second topic is about reducing disaster risks. The third topic is about taking steps towards building back better. Each group developed their action plan. Now, a representative from each group will present their plan.
I would like to invite the representative from Group A to the stage on the first topic, understanding disasters and improving your survival abilities.
Please begin your report.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. And my name is Stephen Meng Xianghao. I'm from China.
And my name is John Kento Zai, and I'm from Japan, Niigata Prefecture.
So today, we want to talk about our team's conclusion about the most important thing in front of disasters. So actually, we've got 2 conclusions here, as you can see on the screen. And my part is going to be information. So here, I got a question for you guys. Why do you think that information is important? So actually, there might be answers about, getting information in stock could make you wealthy in a night. Well, also, like first aids, the doctors need to know the patient's information at first, so that he could get the receptions, the medicines to the patient. So that's how information works. Information do save lives. So as our group's opinion, we think that information could be divided in 3. Well, first of it, and the most important part of it, is the pre-information. Pre-information, like forecast of disasters, could make the people evacuate from a place where might be disasters, which could give a more survival rate. So that's the importance of information. And also, by people will be anxious when disasters come. So there's actually an example of Yamanashi-ken in Japan. Well, last year there was 4 times of earthquake in a simple hour. And the resident there thought that the Fuji mountain is going to be explode, and they were in a panic. But the good thing is that the weather forecast Department of Japan has soon published that it has no relationships with the Fuji mountain, so the resident has calmed down. That's a good example for information, how information works to make people feel safe. And also, by talking about information, people need to know about the disasters, to know about what should they do, and how would they protect themselves. Like, we think that there's still another thing in it. We would like to precisely call it education. And that's my partner's part, so I won't say too much of it. And so moving on, there's the ING and the ED, the last 2 forms of information. Talking about the ING, it means that when disaster is happening, the importance of information. Well, here's another example. Well, in China, there's a huge earthquake called, it was called the Tangshan July 28th earthquake. It was so big, and it was rated on 7.8 at the Richter scale. So it happens on 7:40 a.m., and everyone's sleeping. So it has a big dying rates, which means that when people cannot get enough information when a disaster happened, when they cannot figure out what is happening and what to do, there is going to be a huge damage and life lost. So it's also important for us to get information when it happens. So after it happens, information will be related to the rescue and also to the shelter. Actually, there's a huge amount of death in the shelters caused by a lack of weather information or the lack of food transportation information, because the road might be blocked by the disaster and people don't know. So that's how information saves life in disasters, and that's why it's important. So what we are going to do about information is that we want to build a community, an information community based on our reality community. So please switch the page. Yes. So we hope that people could build a community between each other. When disaster comes, that we could help each other and we could share our communities together. We could share our information together. And also, by doing this, we can use original ways like settling a message board, or we could use some modern ways like having a satellite phone. And I suggest every community should have such a phone in order to connect when there's no signals. We could also build like applications that enable us to communicate when disaster happens. So the point is that no matter where are you from, and no matter what are your regions, what are your nationalities, the point is that when facing this kind of disasters, we hope that we could unite. And by uniting, we get information, we help each other, and we all survive. Thank you.
Okay, so now since my partner mentioned about education, I would like to talk about, I would like to share what conclusions we had in Group A, which is about the importance of education and what we will do. The importance of education is that people should know how and when to evacuate and survive when disaster occurs. Evacuation drills should be student-centered and done more frequently at schools so that young citizens like us, like students, could learn the importance of evacuating and spreading the information around their community. What we will do is that we would increase the frequency of evacuation drills in schools and hands-on events so that we can increase the awareness of the importance of evacuation. Thank you.
That was from Group A. Thank you very much.
Next, I would like to invite the representative from Group B to the stage for their report on the same topic, understanding disasters and improving your survival abilities.
Please begin your report.
Good afternoon, everybody. So let me introduce myself. My name is Fina Izatul Ilmi, and I'm an exchange student from Indonesia and now studying at Sakjose High School. So I'm the representative from Group B. We have the theme, Understanding Disaster and Improving Our Survival Abilities. So from that theme, we have keywords that we think are important, are awareness and preparation. Awareness is the basis that makes people aware, makes people know that disaster is a serious matter. Why we think this keyword is important is because from the awareness, we can create plenty of plans to face the disaster, such as evacuation plan, before disaster, during disaster, and recovery period. Because we have that awareness, we could make preparation our second keyword. There are preparation mentally and physically. For the mentally, People should learn and get to know about the disaster, just like how the disaster could happen, so they can thinking of what they should do to escape and survive when the disaster is coming. And for physically, after the people get the knowledge about the disaster, they can imagine things to bring to make them able to survive, such as food that contain nutrition that we need during the surviving for a few days, medicine, and things to protect themselves, like jacket, clothes, etc. So these are keywords that we think are important that can be the basic to decide the next step. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Nina Ashley Wakabayashi from Tokyo Gakkei University International Secondary School, and I am the representative of Group B. Next slide, please. Since we decided to value the raise of awareness, Group B came up with the ideas that provide experiences and information connected to disaster prevention. Firstly, students will join the fieldwork in their local area to gain the experience. The content of the fieldwork include the evacuation drills, following of the hazard maps, was created and planned by the students. We believe that including creative activities in the fieldwork will facilitate students' learning, as the process of creation requires an understanding of the geography of the area and the evacuation process. Moreover, students will experience the combination of virtual reality device and the earthquake generating curve. With the VR visualization of damage in various situations, the sound and the shake of the earthquake, the user can experience a situation that is closer to its actual occurrence. Secondly, we provide the information to the people in community. We divide the opportunity to provide the information into two phases: before the disaster and after the disaster. Before the disaster, information such as the scientific aspect of the disaster, evacuation route, and the significant act to protect themselves will be told. In addition, listening to the story of survivors will be provided as it deeply connects to the true understanding of the damage that disaster can give out to the individuals. Information needed after the disaster, such as the evacuation route or the hazard map, will be provided through the application, which can be used offline, since the internet connection cannot be used in case of huge earthquake. We believe that information and experience will raise the awareness and eventually enhance our ability to survive the disasters. Lastly, I would like to appreciate all the people that made this event a success. Thank you for this opportunity, and thank you for listening. Thank you.
That was from Group B. Thank you very much.
Next, we'll listen to two reports on the second topic, reducing disaster risks. I would like to invite the representative from Group C to the stage.
Please begin your report.
Good morning, everyone. I am Shiryu from Takaishi High School, Osaka.
I am Ami, an exchange student from Indonesia, and I'm from Yokohama Hiranuma High School.
We are the representatives of Group C. Let us tell you about the 3 points as our conclusions. Number 1, information. Number 2, communication. Number 3, inclusivity. Please move on to the next slide.
First one is information. Why? Because sharing information is the key to reduce the risk or disaster related to death. Then, what do? 1. Create hazard maps with eye-catching content and put it in the places that are noticeable. 2. using pop culture reference to make information so it's more eye-catching. For example, anime. 3. Be self-aware and learn enough information about disaster in your free time.
The second is communication. The reason is because through communication, it's ensuring that all people get the information they need. For the action plans, first is to do training drills like in school or other place. Next is to make sure that you can do basic English, which is a universal language. So, in case that you meet in foreigner, while some disaster happening, you can help them.
Last is inclusivity. Inclusivity makes no one left behind. The action we decided together is awareness of yourself and your surroundings. For example, help elderly people or disability people during the disaster. That's all we think we need to share.
Thank you.
That was from Group C. Thank you very much.
Next, I would like to invite the representative from Group D to the stage to give the second report on reducing disaster risks.
Please begin your report.
Good morning, everyone. We are from Group D, and we will like to present about what we discussed. My name is Maiko Kanayama. I'm from Meiji Gakuen Senior High School in Fukuoka Prefecture.
My name is Nora Mina, and I'm an exchange student in Osaka International High School. We all have come to an agreement that both communication and awareness are vital, especially in the case of a disaster. Everyone should be vigilant of their surroundings and be knowledgeable enough to handle an emergency. Important information should be accessible to everyone, regardless of their backgrounds and their culture. For example, the use of 3D hazard maps and easy to understand pictograms will overcome the communication barrier we have with visually impaired people and people from different countries. By being aware of this important information, we could prevent casualties such as deaths and injuries. As the saying goes, prevention is better than cure. Next slide, please.
There are two main things we will do. The first is active learning. When they play games such as Culture and Sugoroku, they will be able to increase intel in disasters. Such creative activities will promote interest in a fun way. In addition, we will also conduct disaster drills in real life with local people, such as using disaster prevention goods on a daily basis. By doing this, we can communicate with people in the community, and in the event of disasters, we will be able to cooperate. The second is education. On disaster prevention days and tsunami days, we will create opportunities for everyone to participate in disaster prevention drills in school classes. We think it would be a good learning experience for both of us. High school students are close to younger generation when they teach them. Also, we hope that children will talk to their families at home and spread it beyond generations. Such a circle will eventually lead to the improvement of awareness of disaster prevention throughout the region.
In conclusion, everyone should work together in order for us to prevent any more casualties after the disaster in the future. We should start our effort right now because time waits for no one. Thank you.
That was from Group D. Thank you very much.
Next, we'll listen to 2 reports on the third topic, taking steps towards building back better. I would like to invite the representative from Group E to the stage.
Please begin your report.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Hiroki Ryuichi. I'm from Junten High School.
Hello, everyone. My name is Anton Hans Buchard. I'm an exchange student from Denmark.
First of all, in Group E, we found out that 3 things that we think it's important. First of all, education. Lack of knowledge is for making a situation worse. So by teaching or sharing our experience to younger education can prevent dangerous situations get worse. Second, drills. We can deeply understand things through the physical experiences compared to sitting and listening to the teacher's talk. Third, mutual help. And when you are in a danger, you cannot do anything by yourself, but with people. As many helps as you get can be supported is how comfortable you can spend in the danger time.
And so, what we think is very important is that we would like to create products about disasters, like movies, animations, video games, to engage people from a wider range of age and generation, to bring people together and also dispel various prejudices about disasters and what happens after, like the thing that happened in Fukushima, where a lot of people don't want to eat food from Fukushima because they think it might be dangerous because of radiation. And that is something we need to dispel because it hurts the local economy very much. And then secondly, we want to create better education programs that engage all people over the world, globally, through various means, schools, government institutions, video games, pop cultures, everything. Because when we bring people together and we engage people from all groups and ages, they will come together and create a better community, stronger, help each other in times of need. And lastly, by creating good communities and mutual help, in the case of a disaster, people will be able to help each other more efficiently, save lives, and reconstruct better. That's all.
That was from Group E. Thank you very much. Next, I would like to invite the representative from Group F to the stage to give the second report on taking steps towards building back better.
Please begin your report.
Hello everyone, I'm Keizo. I came from Asugi High School in Kanagawa.
Hello, I'm Arai Shiho. I came from Niigata Meikun High School.
In Group F, we discussed the basis on the theme about better recovery. Through group discussion, we finally chose 2 keywords and made 2 action plans. Keywords are community, communication, and awareness. Next, the first one is community and communication. Community and communication. We combined these 2 words because we thought that they have a close meaning. As for community and communication, we made a plan to develop counseling and volunteer plans to heal and build back better by learning from past disasters and victims. If a big disaster strikes, it is so important to cooperate with our community more that we have to have an opportunity to keep a relationship with members in our daily life.
Next one is awareness. We think awareness helps decrease the number of victims. So we should raise it. We made a plan to make damage simulation to create response and building plans from the local residents. We should never stop stepping forward toward our better future. We all have to know these words: community, communication, and awareness are important for building back better. Thank you.
That was from Group F. Thank you very much.
Now, we will have a break. After the break, there will be the summit declaration from 11:20 a.m.
Please check exhibition booth at the back of this hall during the break. Please come back to your seat before the session restarts at 11:20 a.m. Now, we will have a break.
will start from 11:20 a.m. Please be seated. Soon, we will restart from 11:20 a.m. Please be seated. Soon, we will restart from 11:20 a.m. Please be seated.
We have now listened to all the reports from all the groups. We, the youth ambassadors for World Tsunami Awareness Day, have spent many hours preparing for the summit.
We have worked in cooperation with high school students from across the world in 26 countries over these 2 days.
Before closing this summit meeting, we would like to deliver the summit declaration. The Niigata Phoenix Declaration. In 2015, the United Nations General Assembly adopted World Tsunami Awareness Day. Since 2016, the year following the adoption of World Tsunami Awareness Day, the High School Student Summit on World Tsunami Awareness Day has been held annually. And in 2022, it was held in Niigata. Niigata Prefecture has experienced many natural hazards, such as the Niigata earthquake in 1964 and the Chuetsu earthquake in 2004. But each time, people came together and helped one another rebuild their communities. We must pass on these lessons of the past to future generations as disaster prevention leaders.
As we will be the ones living in the future, we need to consider the benefits of nature, but also its risks, and act accordingly. Today, as high school students from 26 countries, we have gathered in Niigata, where we have learned and discussed disaster prevention, disaster risk reduction, and reconstruction through past natural hazards and the lessons from our predecessors.
In order to learn about past natural hazards and disaster prevention efforts and improve our ability to survive, we will conduct more realistic and interesting evacuation drills to increase awareness and help people face disasters efficiently. We will talk with communities that have been affected by disasters to understand and learn from their stories.
In order to reduce potential disaster risks and to minimize the effects after a disaster occurs, we will encourage the use of pictograms and multilingual services to improve support for all communities. We will raise awareness by using pop culture references to appeal to younger generations.
In order to build communities to be stronger and better than they were before a disaster, we will conduct surveys to learn about past disasters and develop counseling and volunteering plans for future hazards. We will examine past disasters to make damage simulations and plan more resilient construction.
We hereby declare that all of us who participated in this summit will take the lead to raise awareness and increasing understanding of natural hazards, thereby creating a safer world for all. October 20, 2022, High School Student Summit on World Tsunami Awareness Day 2022 in Niigata.
We believe that we can fulfill the purpose of this declaration by implementing faithfully the action plans made by us. To commemorate the delivery of the Niigata Phoenix Declaration, the students of Tokyo Gakkan Niigata High School Calligraphy Club will produce the declaration in Japanese calligraphy, shodo performance.
Every day I listen to my heart. 一人じゃない深い胸の奥でつながってる果てしない時を越えて輝く星が出会えた奇跡教えてくれる Every day I listen to my heart 一人じゃないこの空の海に
フェニックス宣言、
フェニックスディクレレーション、
災害の理解、
Understanding disasters,
リスクの軽減、
Reducing risks,
より良い復興、
and building back better,
復興を力に、
The power for reconstruction,
経験と教訓を世界へ。
Experiences and lessons for the world. これで東京学館新潟高等学校書道部のパフォーマンスを終わります。ありがとうございました。
Is completed. Our performance is completed from Niigata High School for the calligraphy. 素晴らしい書道。
Everyone, please give them a big round of applause.
That's all for today. Many high school students from around the world gathered here in Niigata and had a great time together over these 2 days. Now, sadly, the time has come to close this summit. We declare the High School Student Summit on World Tsunami Awareness Day 2022 in Niigata is now closed. Thank you very much.
All the programs from the High School Student Summit on World Tsunami Awareness Day 2022 in Niigata have been concluded. Thank you very much.
ただいまをもちまして世界津波の日2022高校生サミット in 新潟すべてのプログラムが終了しました。
When leaving, please remember to take all your belongings with you and please watch your step.
お帰りの際はお忘れ物のないよう、またお足元にお気をつけて順次ご退場くださいますようお願い申し上げます。
The calligraphy walk by Tokyo Gakkan Niigata High School Calligraphy Club will be displayed here after the summit.
また東京学館新潟高等学校書道部による書道パフォーマンス作品は閉会後もこちらの場所に展示いたします。
Please remember to check the exhibition booth at the back of the hall before you leave.
また会場後方には展示ブースもありますので、お時間に余裕のある方はどうぞご覧ください。 We are announcing a bus operation from this venue. Buses heading for Niigata Station and Niigata Airport are leaving from the event venue. Please confirm your departure time from resources distributed to you.
帰りのバスについてご案内します。サミット会場からは新潟駅行き、新潟空港行きのバスを手配しております。バスの出発時間についてはお手元の配布資料をご確認ください。
Participants, remember to scan the QR code in your handbook and answer the questionnaire.
参加者の皆様、ハンドブックの QR コードを読み取り、忘れずにアンケートに答えてください。
Please note the media press conference that will be given by the MCs and chairpersons will start soon.
報道関係者の方にご連絡です。この後、総合司会と議長による記者会見を行いますので、記者会見場までお越しください。
Thank you very much for coming to the High School Student Summit on World Tsunami Awareness Day 2022 in Niigata.
本日は世界津波の日2022高校生サミット in 新潟にお越しいただきありがとうございました。